soon. Hey everyone, it's your girl Regina coming at you guys with another video. So this is a two-in-one video. I am going to do the second part of my birthday haul because my books just came in last week, and a couple of book reviews. I recently read a couple of books, out of many, and I really want to talk about them. Alright, so before we begin, you know what to do. Comment below, subscribe, ring the bell icon. I make videos every week, or at least I try to. That is actually the most honest I'm going to be about my uploading schedule. Alright, cool. So let's get into it, shall we? First, we'll do the mini haul. These are the books that my mom brought me for my birthday, which was last month, May 1st. One is Romanov by Nadine Brandes. I've had my eye on this for quite a while. First of all, it's so pretty. This is a Romanov. Give this a retelling of Romanov, Anastasia. I have another book about Anastasia Romanov. It's I was Anastasia, something like that. And this is about, first of all, look at how shiny it is. Shiny. This book is about the history books say I died. They don't know the half of it. Ooh, I like that. Anastasia, Nastya Romanov, was given a single mission to smuggle an ancient spell into her suitcase on her way to exile in Siberia. It might be her family's only salvation, but the leader of the Bolshevik army is after them, and he has hunted Romanov before. Nastya's only chance of saving herself and her family are either to relieve the spell and deal with the consequences, or to enlist help from Zash, the handsome soldier. That's the ice cream truck. And my brother talking on my phone, my best friend. Who doesn't, the handsome soldier who doesn't act like the average Bolshevik. Nastya has only dabbled in magic, but it doesn't frighten her half as much as her growing attraction to Zash. She likes him. She thinks he might even like her. That is, until she's on one side of a fiery sky, and he's on the other. Ooh, okay, so we have a little bit of romance. We have a little bit of a history retelling. I actually don't know what. Yeah. The entire Romanov family, from what I remember, was killed off. So, she's very. Anastasia was always very intriguing to me. I remembered liking Anastasia the movie when I was younger. So, I'm really excited to read this. It's really, really pretty. Not even royal blood can stop the look. So it's a bit of magic, a bit of romance, a bit of danger, a bit of history. Okay. Alright, next we have Dangerous Alliance by Janet Cohen? I'm so sorry. I've seen this floating around on BookTube for a while, and I heard this is a Pride and Prejudice retelling. It's an ostentatious novel. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of classics. I will read them if I have to. And I usually have mixed reviews about classics in general. But, first of all, look at how pretty the cover is. It's also a white, hardback with the black lettering. It's not signed, because I got it from my local bookstore. What else? Alright, so it says, Lady Victoria Aston has everything she could ever want. An older sister happily wed, the future of her family estate secure, and ample opportunity to while her time away in the fields around her home. But Vicky's comfortable, idyllic life is overturned in the course of one night. Her sister's husband is a terrible cad, and now Vicky must marry or find herself and her family destitute. Armed with only the wisdom she has gained from her beloved novels by Jane Austen, she enters society's treacherous season. Sadly, Miss Austen has little to say about Vicky's particular circumstances, whether the gorgeous and roguish Mr. Carmichael is indeed a scoundrel, if her former best friend, the much grown and very handsome Tom Sherburne, is out for her dowry or for her heart, or even how to fend off the attentions of the foppish Mr. Selby. He, of course, of the unfortunate fashion sensibility. Most unfortunate of all, Vicky's books are silent on the topic of the mysterious accidents cropping up around her. Accidents that could prevent her from surviving until her wedding day. I kind of like it. It sounds really intriguing. I might put it on my July TBR, because July's TBR is actually wide open. Oh yeah, my Olympic Games readathon for Percy Jackson is going swimmingly. Just saying. I'm like halfway done. Alrighty, so I like this. And the third one is actually a replacement. So I ordered a Celtic mythology book, but my bookstore informed me that one of the reasons why it was taking so long to arrive was that there was some kind of kerfuffle with the publisher. And so I just said, you know what, I'll just take a book that has equal value. So I got Blind Spot, Hidden Vices of Good People by Mazarin R. R. Banerjee, and Anthony G. Greenwald. In Blind Spot, leading psychologists Mazarin R. Banerjee and Anthony G. Greenwald explore the hidden biases we all carry from a lifetime of exposure to cultural attitudes about age, gender, race, ethnicity, religion, social class, and sexuality, disability status, and nationality. Whew, that's a lot. Using their experience with the implicit association test, a method that gives us a glimpse of our unconscious biases at work, Banerjee and Greenwald question the extent to which our perception of social groups shape our judgments about people's character, abilities, and potential. This sounds really good. It's about anti-racism and, with the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and I think we can all learn to be more tolerant of each other and less prejudiced, less discriminatory. It's perfect. I will let you know how I like this book. This might actually be my next review. Alright, now, 9 minutes done. Okay, now we're going to get to the review portion. Of course, I'm going to have timestamps. I'm going to first review Dante and Aristotle Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alina Science. And then I will review The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. I'm going to include a timestamp for all three parts. The haul, the thing. Okay, cool. So, first of all, I read Dante and Aristotle Discover the Secrets of the Universe on Audible, and I really liked it. The narrator was Lin-Manuel Miranda, who narration style was just perfect. Not only did he do the voices, he did the inflection, the tones, and he brought in a little extra to the audiobook itself. The book is about these two unlikely friends. One is Aristotle, who is Mexican American. He's the youngest of 4 children. He said that his older sisters are, twin sisters are, I think, between 12 years older than him. And his older brother is 14 years older than him. And he's in prison, right? His parents just refuse to talk about him. And then we have Dante Quintana, who is just this sweet, bookish nerd who is just so unapologetically himself. You know? And so while Aristotle is angry at the world, and he's just so angry at how he feels this loss of an older brother, and no one is telling him anything about him. And then there's Dante, who is just so sweet. He has a squeaky voice. He's a reader. He talks about how his parents are annoying, but how much he's so crazy about them. It's a story of friendship, and how these two boys are there for each other. You know, Aristotle, he at first doesn't want to claim Dante as his friend, but when Dante moves away for a year, he realizes that he misses him. And Dante says how much, while he loves Chicago, he misses the city that they were living in, Arizona. Right? The name is escaping me. It's San something. And so Dante eventually comes out to Aristotle and says, they're sharing their life experiences in forms of water, and he comes out to him, and Aristotle says, it really doesn't matter, because he's away, and he has his right to be whatever he wants to be, and I don't have to think about it, because he's not here. And you know what's so freaking special about this book? Is that this is set in the time of 1980s, where you had the AIDS epidemic, you had the anti-gay discrimination, and all of that going. And you see these friends just accept each other. You see these parents love each other, and they love their kids. It's so mind-blowing. And it's so beautiful. I wholly recommend it. It's a middle grade novel. I've been seeing it floating around in certain middle schools here and there. And I'm so happy that I read the book. It's just so beautifully written. It's just, wow. It's love, acceptance, friendship. It's amazing. And it deserves all of the awards that it's won. It's won, hold on, let me look it up. Yes, Stonewall Book Award, the honor book Michael L. Prince Award and um, Buddha Dante Author Award. It's so deserving of each and every one of those awards. And my goodness, what a gorgeous, gorgeous 5.5, 5-star read, not 5.5, because then that would be 5 out of 10. Honestly, I'd give it 10 stars, if I had to. 10 out of 5 stars. So that's it for, that, Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. Beautiful. Spectacular. Alright, next we're going to move on to The Alice Network by Kate Quinn. This has been on my reading TBR for a while now. I technically started this book before I ever started YouTube. I started this back in April. Then I remember putting this on my November TBR. Obviously that didn't happen. And then, because this is on my, what month are we in? June TBR. I said, because it begins with the letter A, if we skip the, it begins with the letter A, honoring God Apollo. And, alright, so, this is historical fiction. It is about the Alice Network. I need to just, first of all, see if, I forgot to backtrack. One second. Yes, so the Alice Network was actually a real network back in World War One. They were very, very instrumental in many of the killings and the bringing down of the German Kaisers, the profiteering, and just they were very instrumental in Lyon, France, which was their main headquarters. And this was a female-led spy network that was with the main person, Alice Dubois, whose code name was not Lily. No, yes, Lily. I think she changed the name. She was actually known as the Queen of Spies. Sorry, this book is like, has deckled edges. While I love deckled edges, it can be a pain to pull up at times. Yeah. So, the code, okay, so, the book is about Louise de Berthelier, who took the code name of Alice Dubois. And she was known as the Queen of Spies. But the story is not actually about her. This is about Evelyn Gardiner, who was Marguerite did something, and who had a stutter, and she was recruited to be a member of the spy network during World War One. And then it's also about Charlotte St. Clair, who goes by Charlie. She is a pregnant 19-year-old who arrived in England to knock on the door of Evelyn Gardiner and says, "I need help finding my cousin, Rose Chauvin." Whatever, right? And she has this feeling that her cousin, her beloved cousin, is alive, and that Eve is the only person who can help find her. These two characters don't get along, at first, but they come to trust each other and accept each other. This, like, so that's the main premise, right? So, oh, I should mention, Charlie's storyline is post World War II, so 1947. Now, as you may not have gotten, or as you may have surmised, this is a dual timeline story. This is historical fiction, and it's about, and part of the story is about the very famous um, spy network, or very little known, and how Eve Gardner, she comes to accept what happened afterwards, 30 years after the spy network ends. And I really, really, really wanted to like this book. Don't get me wrong, I loved the fact that this was about a female-led spy network because women were underrated in history. They've always been underrated. You know, while the men went away in both wars, the women were the backbone of the family. They not only had to cook and clean for their children, but they went off to work. And some of these women were, like, they led missions that were integral to the war effort itself. Like, the Alice Network was so well organized that even the Germans. Why is my face so tight? Oh, mask on. Okay. Like, even the Germans were impressed. Like, they were like, how are you getting this information? Right? It's so phenomenal. It's the most successful of World War One. And then we come to Charlie St. Clair's timeline, and I really want to like her. You know, she's following. She is a pregnant teenager who trying to find out what happened to her cousin. But good lord, did she annoy me to death? You know, back in the day, teenage pregnancies, or even girls who were unwed and fell pregnant, was not a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but they were given two options: marry the boy, or take care of the little problem. Which, you know, I get. She started referring to her unborn as little problem many, many times. And it's just like, girl, shut up. And then she has this kind of feelings for the driver of Evelyn Gardner, Finn Kilgore, right? Who also has a past of his own. And the first couple of interactions, she's wary of him. And then as she's getting used to Eve and Finn, they start voicing almost every chapter. Oh, like around 3 chapters of them has smut scenes with them. I enjoy smut scenes, but for a while, it just seemed like that's all they were doing. I'm like, come on, lady. It just, she just came off immature. And just so annoying. And I was more interested in Eve Gardner's side of the story because of what she went through. They're both hunting down a man, Rene Bordelon, who was a profiteer of both wars. And you know how it goes. When times are bad, people are going to profiteer like anything. And so they're both hunting this guy, and one person wants to know what happened to her cousin, the other person wants revenge for what happened 30 years prior. And anytime it got good in each storyline, there was a pause button, And the world Charlie Sinclair. Honestly, I don't really care for her story that much. You know, I'm just like, okay, cool. But I love dual timelines. I love historical fiction. And this book, with 503 pages, honestly, I didn't really care about half of it. Is that bad? I really didn't. It's not good. Story had a potential to be amazing. And the fact that I started in April and finished yesterday on July 15th. Whoa, they talk so loud. It's also a sign of it ain't that good. Yes, there have been times that I put down books and then put them back up, and I'm thinking, whoa, how did I not finish it? Right? But this is a story of I still give a damn for parts of it. I just don't. So I would rate this 3.5 stars out of 5. It's just like it could have gone much better, you know. And like I'm honestly disappointed by the book. Just I don't know. Just I feel cheated almost out of what could have been an excellent read. Alrighty. I will see you guys next time. I have another video to film. And bye bye.